Alright, hello guys, and welcome back to another video. And today is a video the main topic of this video is a topic I wish wasn't happening right now. However, as you notice, the Smith's Deli miner is not going, and the reason why is a power cut happened last night. And because my sleep is a bit odd sometimes, I woke up at midnight. I went back to sleep shortly after. However, I woke up at midnight, realised most of the stuff was off. And I was a bit odded out because both my digital clocks were making a flashing thing that digital clocks usually do when the power cut has happened and then they've been turned back on but haven't been reset. They just make that sort of flashing thing on the readouts. However, obviously, because this is a Smith's Deli miner from the late 40s, early 50s, it didn't turn itself back on. Luckily, I woke up at midnight. Well, it was actually 11:30. Luckily, I realised this clock was off and it was turned on at the mains still. So I turned it off, obviously for safety reasons, because I don't want power circulating through it without it doing much. That's not very good. So luckily, turned it off, went back to sleep, and woke up at about 4ish. And I turned everything on, including that LED was off. That stereo, that wasn't off, but what had happened was the readout has now gone really weird. Well, it was already quite weird anyway. I'll explain what happened to the stereo later. But yeah, that LED was off. Luckily, this lamp turned back on, so that was good. Didn't have to fidget around with that or anything. But this clock, I started doing a little bit of digging because when I woke up, I tried to turn it back on by just simply resetting it with the knob here, and it wasn't doing anything. I kept pressing it in to start it, and it wasn't doing it. And I don't know, although, because me being forgetful, I didn't listen. I didn't put my ear up to the clock and listen, see if it was making a humming noise, because that's the main thing. Because now, what could have happened, I don't know. If worse comes to worse, the movement is going to need taking apart, which isn't going to be great. However, the best case scenario here is either it's just being picky, or that the fuse in one of those plugs blew. Now, if it's just the fuse, that's fine, that's easily replaceable. However, the movement is not so easily replaceable, since movements for these are getting harder and harder and harder to come by every year. So I don't know. However, what I'm doing is I'm just going to leave it for now, because I don't want to do anything that might actually break it. So I'm just going to leave it alone, try and do some troubleshooting, and if nothing comes up, then I don't know really. So yeah, that's that situation. And since I'm doing this video, I may as well mention some stuff that has happened since that last video, of me getting quite frustrated with this clock. This clock is going to be serviced, hopefully, in the next week or two. Same as this clock. This clock, I'm hoping, is also going to get serviced. And then, obviously, if we go up here, you'll notice there are two new clocks. This late 50s, early 60s Smith's mantle clock with a balance wheel movement, as you can clearly hear. And on the left there, we have a big Youngens Napoleon hat clock, which is quite large. It's much larger than any of my other Napoleon hat clocks. And also, it has its original label still. which is quite nice. Just keep that under there. And yeah, not really much to say. I'll try on those in a different video, because I don't want this video to be like 15 minutes long. So yeah, also another clock I got is this one, which I'm assuming is a Paravel clock, judging by how high pitched the rods sound. Which again, I'll show that off in another in-depth video of the clock. It's got quite nice hands as well, I like those. But yeah, also it's got a very nice case. Quite like it. But yeah, nothing else to really report on. Also in the power cut, this area, which you haven't seen before, also did a weird thing. If you'll note, it now says it's the 1st of January 2015, which it isn't. And it thinks it's 8 in the morning, which it also isn't. It's 6 o'clock. So yeah. However, apart from that, oh, actually, and also one more thing, is the Smith's clock, the new one, has a Smith's key. Now, it didn't come with this key. I substituted this key from that clock over there. Yeah, I just stole the key from that clock because I'm not really using that clock. However, this clock is getting you. In fact, I wound that clock up last night with this key, and it fits absolutely perfect. Obviously, because it's a Smith's key. And the young guns, luckily, this key fits the young guns, and it works quite nice with the young guns actually as well, which is also quite good. And then obviously this clock, which I'm assuming is a Paravel key, also has, sorry, not a Paravel key, Paravel clock, has a Paravel key. Now you might not be able to see that. I'll put the battery's too low to use flash. You'll probably just be able to see that it says Paravel on the key. And again, also works very nicely with this clock. This key actually came with that clock. And funny enough, it also works with this clock as well. So this key is now being used for 3 different clocks. One of which it probably actually suits, which is a Paravel key with a Paravel clock. I'm assuming it's a Paravel clock. And obviously we've got the Kienzl round top here, and then we've also got the balloon clock, which I'm assuming is made by Philip Haas. Possibly not, but that's my guess. So yeah, it's a very nice key as well, I like it. And also the Paravel key looks just like a slightly bigger Smith's key, which is kind of funny. If you have the Smith's key and the Paravel key. Since we're comparing keys now, again, I do apologise about me going off this tangent. However, if I just open this up real quick, and this is the key off that Enfield there, which is pretty much just the same as the Smith's key, just without a name on it. So yeah, 3 similar looking keys. Well, these two are almost identical. This one's different because it's brass and it's slightly bigger, but they're all in the same sort of style. I quite like them. I'm going to put all these keys back. Luckily, I don't have the master clock turned on at the time of the power cut. Otherwise, God knows what would have happened there. Luckily though, it's plugged into a fairly modern plug, so it would have probably been fine. Now, to be fair, I don't have the master clock going that much these days, since it does create quite a lot of racket. So it just sits there. But yeah, so that's it, I guess, on the updates. So you'll the next video you can expect will probably be over this week, and if not, then I'll definitely make a video for Christmas and New Year's. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video.